Hi. So I'm just out of the shower, that's why I look like this. But there's been this thought in my brain and I was like, you know what? You should make a video about it. You should talk about it because I feel like a lot of people can possibly hopefully relate to, and also kind of just want to get out there. Just kind of want to get it off my chest. So I want to talk about, first, completely candid, I've had depression since about the age of 12, 13, all the way to, how old am I? 24. I'm 24. So about till like 23, I want to say. Because after my 24th birthday until now, I feel completely different. When I had depression, I haven't gone to a psychologist, so I can't be like, oh, I got undiagnosed or something, but the emotions I used to feel before, I don't feel them. I used to feel this kind of like, I would always explain it like it was a heavy cloud just following me, and sometimes, or like a heavy like mist of darkness that sometimes it would grab onto my hand and I'd be able to shake it off, but other times it would just hold on, and no matter how much I was just so tired that I would just let it consume me. And I don't have that anymore. I don't like it's so strange. It's so weird. And the thing is, I'm gonna be honest, sometimes before I would always be like, who am I without my depression? Who am I without my anxiety? Like there's this like fear of like not knowing who you are because it's something that's been with you for so long. And I remember when I started working on my anxiety and just finding ways that I could de-escalate scenarios and thoughts that were just like that I knew how to just re-talk to myself. And of course there's certain things that still are very hard and that I haven't like fully been able to completely eliminate, but I'm working on it. But even that, like the levels of my anxiety lowering was also just completely bewildering. Like bewildering? I feel like that's not the word I'm supposed to be using. But back to my depression. I honestly want to say that I don't have it anymore because I have not wanted all those dark thoughts that I used to have, completely gone. All those negative thoughts about myself, completely gone. Like I no longer hate myself. I no longer have those moments of where I hate, like, oh, why did I do that? Like, oh, I'm so embarrassing, or like, oh, like I just like there's just, of course there's like sad moments because I'm human and sometimes I get sad, but it's not those just completely like crippling, like you can't even get out of bed feelings anymore. And it was yesterday or today that I noticed, and I was just like, before it would feel like I was waiting for like the second shoe to fall. Is that the saying? I don't know if that's the saying, but like you're waiting for like that moment for it to be like, okay. Now anymore. Now, before, like the only way that I can like the analogy is like before it used to be like if they were like heavy duty boots and like one would fall and I was waiting for the second one and I knew it was gonna be horrible, and now they feel like flip-flops. I know it's kind of embarrassing, my analogy, but that's how I see it. Like I don't see it all consuming, earth shattering anymore. It's just, it's not. And sometimes I'm a little bit like, huh. But also I have been, working, like walking every day, so I've been exercising, I've been eating really healthy, I've been sleeping better, so like I go to sleep at my latest 2 in the morning, and now I don't even sleep every time at 2 in the morning. I have water on me. I always tend to sleep at like 1, and I wake up, I have my breakfast, and yes, I do go back to sleep, but I wake up again and then I go back to sleep, and then but I feel like I have a schedule, and sometimes, and I let myself have those moments of like, some days there's just nothing to do. I mean, also we're in a panoramic, so like, but sometimes before I would get so like, just feel so disappointed that I didn't do anything, and then now I'm like, you know what, you did do something. You wrote, you're writing, you're uploading chapters, you're making characters, you're watching something, even if it's an Among Us YouTube video, you're having fun, you're enjoying it. Like I give myself much more slack And like now I see like on Tumblr or anything, like narratives of being like, oh, like I'm so stupid. I don't feel that anymore. I don't feel like that speaks to me of like I'm constantly like it's very weird. It's like before I'd be like, oh, I can relate, and now I can't. And I'm really happy about not being able to relate to that anymore, because that for so long that was one of my fears of what if this is forever? What if my depression stays with me until I'm like, being right now, just this, it's like amazing. And the thing is, I remember depression, if you move or like change where you normally are, it does not alleviate your depression. It just gives you like little moments of like euphoria, and then it comes back, because obviously your brain is still the same, it's just you're in a different location. And when I did my internship, that happened to me. I was doing great, I was super happy, and then 4 or 3 months in, dude, I just had like a crash, and I was just like, why? But now here I know, one, that's not happening, because like I said, we're in a pan de dulce, and it's been like that since like January, March. And I'm still in the same place that I've always been, but I feel like I've just done things to better my life. And like I try to keep my room as clean as I can. I make my bed every morning. I try to declutter things. Of course, you can see here there's a lot of clutter, but I try to keep it organized. I think having more patience with myself and trying to every day tell myself, you are doing good, you know how to do this, you can do it. And I'm a little bit of I don't say hypochondriac, because I don't know, but I am always a little focused on my health. If you see my channel, I've had various experiences with doctors and health, and I was sick for a while, so I'm very I'm very hyper aware of my body, and so that is something that I'm truly trying to fix and not do, because it becomes consuming. It's like when trigger warning a little bit, when I used to be obsessed with weight and being like trying to lose weight, you become obsessed with counting calories, you become obsessed with it's unhealthy. And so even now, when I become hyper aware of my health in a way, that is also not good, because all I'm doing is making my body more anxious. And so I'm trying to just, like, for example, I had amygdalitis, and I couldn't swallow food. Like, I could swallow liquids but not food. And then because I got so scared, I couldn't, like, I was literally having soup and ensure because I couldn't swallow, because it just became a mental thing. And I worked through it, and every time I get like a little bit, I'm like, your body knows what to do, your body knows how to process, like your body just knows, and as long as you do what you need to do to take care of it. So like, for example, I know like I can't eat spiced food, and even though my body knows how to digest it, I know that it will be a little bit unhappy with me, so I avoid it. And one thing that my dad told me that I do try to say every night or every day when I wake up is, every day in every way I'm getting better and better. And I try to say that every time, and just kind of like rewrite my brain, because your brain is lazy. It's incredibly smart, but it's also lazy, and it's very manual in the sense of like, if it knows what to do, it will just continue doing that. And so if you have had your brain not filled, but like if you have had depression for X amount of time, your brain will just kind of rewrite itself to have those like negative thoughts in a way. Like, it's just used to it. And so you have to rewrite it and be like, no, that is not what I'm thinking, that is not the route that I'm taking. And it is hard. A couple first days, not first days, but a couple first tries, it's hard, because you're like, oh, I don't believe it, or I do believe it, but then it gets easier. And I think me now, I feel like it's night and day. I'm like, what the heck? But looking back at it, I do see the changes that I've done have helped me, and I have become a stronger person because of it. And like I said, I've become more patient with myself. I let myself have emotions in the sense of like, before I would be like, oh, I can't be sad. Now I'm like, you know what? Let's just if I want to be sad, a little bit sad, let's be sad, but let's not torture yourself. Before, when I would be sad, it would either be, we're not being sad, we're not, no, or, oh, I'm sad, let's watch media, let's consume media that makes you completely sad. Like, I would watch movies or TV shows that I knew would just break my heart. And now I don't watch, even though I love horror movies, I love scary movies, I don't watch them anymore, because some of them are just heartbreaking, and not watching that and consuming, like, for example, The Untamed is sad, but at the end there's a happy ending, and it's about love, and it just, I don't feel bad anymore, and so I don't torture myself willingly because of, like, I put myself through sad things, and not anymore, and it's so relieving. And how to, like, explain it more, or how to, like, but it just truly is taking it a day by day. It's being like, you know what, today I did this, today I was able to do this is great, and then the next day, it's weird. It's a little bit weird sometimes, but it's good. And like I said, there's still certain things that I have to work through, but, also, if you're wondering, for example, for my anxiety, one thing that I would do is, like, if I start spiraling, I just talk to myself. Like, I'll be in my room, like right here, and let's just say it's like I'm treating my thoughts like if it was another person. And I do think that validity of, would you treat your sister or your brother or your person, your best friend, would you treat them the way you're treating yourself? And you probably wouldn't. And so using that, like, quote when I'm talking to myself in de-escalating situations, that is what I do. I'm like, you know what, you're just being, it's not that bad, just take a deep breath. And another thing is, when I got sick again because I got amygdalitis, and so I had to take antibiotics, and the antibiotics just triggered my gastritis because it was a strong antibiotic for my, like, digestive system. And my dad was like, when you are nervous, obviously, when I'm nervous, especially if it's medical and health related, I start shaking and everything gets cold and I get, like, lightheaded. So he's like, the thing that you need to do, it's so stupid, and if you hear it, you're like, but really all you have to do is breathe. And I know, easier said than done, because you're just like, what do you mean? It's, you just concentrate on your breath. You just you close your eyes, you don't look at anything else, and you visualize the air going into your body, traveling down to your esophagus, and then out. And you just do that, and just focus on it no matter what. You focus on in and out, the air. And then out of nowhere, your body just... And the first time I did it, it was when I was getting, like I just described to you, cold, my hands are shivering, my teeth are shivering. I was working myself up into, like, a panic attack. And my dad was just like, you need to just breathe, come on, and it worked wonders. And I was like, up till now, no one had given me that advice. And when they did it, they just said it like, just breathe. And it's like, girl, I'm hyperventilating, what do you mean? But when you just imagine it, like mist or whatever, just going in and out, it just, like, it works wonders. And even now, when I get nervous to do something, I just picture it in and out, and it's amazing. Waitress told me, I only had like 2 appointments with her, but she was like, it's funny, it's silly, but truly, eating well, getting sunlight does help. It does, like, boost up serotonin. And I was always like, ugh. But honestly, it does. It really truly does. Like, being out in the sun, walking out in the sun, eating right, eating vegetables, and, like, just clean things. And clean doesn't mean, like, if you want, like, a piece of cake, you can't eat a piece of cake. No, it just means kind of like, what's it called? Like, managing. Like, if you have a craving for a brownie, just eat the brownie. Don't reduce or, like, say, like, oh, I can only do this. Like, no. Health isn't just cut everything off and just eat chicken and lettuce. No. Because you also want to be happy. And if eating a brownie makes you happy, then do it, And so I like eating banana juice, so I eat banana juice. Or I like eating orange juice, so I eat orange juice. And I'm just like, this is nice. And those little things bring me happiness, so I do them. And I think people should do more people should do more what makes them happy, even if it's something little. like, I enjoy watching Among Us videos, so I read them. I watch them. I like reading fan fiction about the Untamed, so I read them. Things like that. I like watching TikToks. And the thing is, like I said, some TikToks are incredibly sad, and when I was sad, I would watch those, and I'd be like, tss. Now I'm like, no. And the thing is, before I would compare myself to people, physically, and now, when I have those thoughts, I close the app, and I'm like, you know what? Someone's beauty doesn't negate my own. And just take a moment. You're in control of it. Like, the thing is, if you're online, it doesn't matter if you have 2, 4 followers or 20 followers or like 100 followers. Your internet space is your safe space. You can cater it to how you want to. You don't need to put up with bullies, be it people from your family, your friends, people from high school, people from your work. You can block people, you can mute them, you can even if it's strangers on like TikTok and you want to post videos of you dancing or doing your makeup and people are like being mean, you can block them. Just block them, because when you go online, if it's a safe space for you and something that you want to do, that enjoy, that you like, makes you happy, then go for it. I don't think that you should put up with people that are mean just because, like, oh well, I don't want to be snowflake or I don't want to be soft. Like, that doesn't matter. Just do what's best for you, and it's a process. So cut yourself some slack, be patient with yourself, and I really don't know the point of this video, or even the linear of this video. I feel like this video just went like this, but I just kind of wanted to upload the fact that I'm very excited that I do not feel sad. Like, I don't feel depressed. And it's like exciting, because even though I've always had like a little bit of anxiety about the future and like making decisions, I feel like I keep thinking, right now we're in a pan de dulce. Don't think about it. You don't have to think about it right now. You just think about the now, this week, 2 weeks ahead. But you don't have to think about what's going to happen next month, the month after that, nothing about that. Because right now, the things are out of your control. They just are. And taking that and repeating it to myself and cementing it in my brain is like, they are out of your control, so why stress about it? Like I always tell people in my life, we are on this rock for a good 80, 90 years. We should enjoy them as best as we can. So, but yeah, I'm gonna leave the video to there because I don't have anything else to say. But I kind of want to put it as a milestone, kind of, because I have been open on this channel about my health issues, my self-esteem issues, so I was like, well, let's talk about good things as well. And so, yeah, I don't know what to say. Oh, I saw that I have like 102 subscribers. That is wild. It's kind of weird. Also, I know like 4 of those people are like family members, or like my parents, and like I think my sister. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Also, I've been writing on my blog. If you kind of want to check it out, it's mostly my inner thoughts. And so if you relate to me and you're like want to see, just if you're interested, I'll also put a link in the description. And yeah, that's it. I was gonna try to wave and then I did the peace sign, so it came out all weird. But bye.